I am Chris. Hope you're having the best of your life. I know that I am. I am just chilling. I have my cigar. I am actually not going to light this puppy, and the reason why is I'm taking a couple days just to let my body recover. My body's been under a lot of stress, so I'm just taking a few days to get healthy, fasting, eating super duper clean, everything else, and just relaxing. But tomorrow is a brand new day. I'll probably light up a stogie tomorrow. But besides that, gentlemen, something I want to talk about is one of my favorite things about cigars is the community aspect of it. So with cigars concerning it, I have found myself lucky enough that to travel the country. And throughout my life, from my teenage years till now, I'm still in my 20s, but through this time period, I have lived up and down the East Coast, I've traveled coast to coast, and the reason why was because I was paid to go and consult and go start karate schools for people. And so if you were familiar with the Alex Hormozy story, like with Gym Launch, where you'd go and start gyms for people, I was doing that for a while. Then I had my own, did that some more, everything else. And so I traveled the world training, competing, everything else, and also starting businesses. And so I love martial arts. My real love is business. And so that's what excites me. It's business system, things like that. But besides all that, but the biggest perspective shift is that now that I'm older, I've been able to see it, is I see all these people I grew up with. I have these friends, these people I admired for a season when my perspective was far smaller, when I only knew what I knew. Back when I lived in a small town, I used to think like, oh my gosh, if you make like this amount of money, that's so much money. But then I moved. And I moved to a far wealthier area. And I realized that huge amount of money I thought was big is like nothing. And then I had an even bigger perspective shift. I moved again to a huge city, which is super wealthy, to Dallas, back to my hometown originally, and which Dallas is insanely wealthy, and that's my shit. Mine was totally blown. I went to a church where like the average person in church was worth like, I think it was like 50, like 20 or 50 million. Incredible, right? But so my perspective change was like crazy. But one of the best things about cigars was that I got to go to these areas, and my first thing I would do to find a community, because I am an introvert, believe it or not, is I would go to the cigar lounge, light up, and that's how I've always made new friends initially. And doing that, I would meet kind of the excited people in town. I would meet people who knew the area. I'd meet people who could introduce me to other people. I'd meet people I could bond with and learn from, and learn from their incredible experiences and stories, get advice from all those things. And that's been incredibly beneficial for me in my life. Is that, but the big thing is why you want to interact with people like that. You want to learn and you want to speak with, especially with men who are older than you, wiser than you, who have accomplished things you want to accomplish, is because their wisdom seeps down into you and you become like the people you have a proximity with. And proximity is powerful. And a big reason I started smoking cigars was because I went, what do the successful guys I know do? What do the rich men I know do? And I don't play golf. I don't have any interest in golf. And I realized cigars, and I fell in love with cigars. God damn, I love these things. Oh, immaculate. But proximity is powerful. So I've seen the people I grew up with who stayed in their hometown or close to their hometown, by and large, like even the ones who are successful, quote unquote, like they're successful, but like mediocre success. Like they're successful, but it's like, yeah, I have a friend who's like, I am so successful. I have like this many rental properties, blah 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 blah. And the guy has like, he has a bunch of rental properties. The houses are worth like 50 grand, maybe. I guess you have a little bit of equity in that. And he collects $300 a month or $400 a month for rent because he's in an impoverished area. It's like, that's great. So you have all this liability to collect $1,000 a month. Like, not very good. But besides that, not trash talking, but the reason why he has that mindset where he thinks he's doing awesome, he's really not, is because he stayed in an area that was impoverished, that was poor, that was broke, and he didn't have those experiences. But for me, it was scary for me. I didn't want to do it. But when I kind of got my wings and I left, I started going to wealthy areas. I made better friends. I met truly successful people, not a bunch of phonies. Especially when, like, in small towns, you meet a lot of like, oh, I'm so successful. Let me sell you something. Type people, like multi-level marketing, stuff like that. Super big, especially in small communities, especially in Christian communities, by the way. Besides that, and so with all that being said, that perspective change, that community changed my mindset. And so for me, for cigar smoking, making friends with people who just who are worth way more than anyone who are worth probably the entire net worth of the entire town I'm from. They're probably that one individual is probably worth more than everyone in the town I'm from, right? And so it's crazy that perspective shift. And so the great thing about cigars, a community, is you meet amazing people, and when you spend time with better people, you become better. And that's one of the most powerful things. So if you're a young man, and a lot of young men I talk with don't want to do this, but you need to spend time around older men who are smart. And these guys who are smart, who are successful, they want to share their wisdom. It's just that us young men, we tend to be arrogant assholes, and we tend to not want to listen to anyone, right? So humility is key. Go around people who are smarter than you are, because a lot of people are way smarter than I am. Spend time with them. Proximity is powerful, and also, on a plus note, they will give you some amazing cigar recommendations as well. So if you are into cigars, go to the cigar lounge, hang out, make friends for life, enjoy this hobby, enjoy this passion, but also remember your environment dictates your success. Get to where you'll be forced to be successful, and don't give yourself a now. Anyway, I love you all. Life gets better if you're a young man. I had an 18-year-old in here. If you're 18, you have your future ahead of you. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a wild ride at first, but goddamn, are you going to accomplish amazing things? Anyway, adios amigos. I love you all. I'm Chris. For the best of your life, subscribe if you like. If not, we'll do. Anyway, love you. Bye.